Welcome to Manna at the Tap, a podcast from Tapestry Ministries. Each episode reflects on a daily Bible reading from the Revised Common Lectionary. I'm Gloria, a fellow traveler on a spiritual journey with the Tapestry community, and we refer to the daily Bible reading as our spiritual manna. It nourishes our souls, fostering spiritual growth as we share insights and interpretations that enrich our spiritual lives. Today is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, in the 16th week after Pentecost during this season of ordinary time. This is a time for us to live an extraordinary disciplined life as we grow spiritually. The lectionary reading is from the book of James in the New Testament. This five-chapter book is often called the book of Proverbs in the New Testament. It delivers a strong, straightforward message with a practical outlook that can surprise you and leave you amazed at the same time. It's a book offering practical guidelines for life, and the author does not mince his words. The author is James, a half brother of Jesus. Now, James was not a disciple of Jesus during Jesus' lifetime. However, after the resurrection of Jesus, he underwent a profound conversion and he became one of the leaders in the church in Jerusalem. Later on, he was brought before the Jewish high court, and they demanded that he publicly renounce that Jesus was the Son of God. James refused, and he was stoned to death, becoming one of the martyrs of the early church community. The lectionary reading is a brief excerpt from chapter 5 of the book of James, verses 2 to 6. This is where James condemns the wealthy while advising the Christian community not to try to convert them. Instead, he encouraged the poor to rejoice in their current suffering. James then shifted his focus to the wealthy, urging them to move and lament over the suffering that awaited them. Wealth, you see, was not meant to be hoarded, but to be shared in the service of others. James was so certain of the coming judgment on the wealthy that he spoke as if their riches were already decaying. The moths had already eaten their clothes, and their gold and silver were already corroded. The self indulgent lifestyle of the wealthy had only prepared them for the day of judgment when the cries of the poor would reach the ears of the Lord God Almighty. One issue with the wealthy was that they failed to pay the wages they owed to the workers, and they found ways to avoid paying without facing punishment from the legal system. James criticized the wealthy for living in luxury on earth, and he urged them to use their wealth responsibly. His primary concern was the well being of those in poverty, leading us to ask a question today. Does what I do with money help or keep people impoverished? Does what I do with money help or keep people impoverished?